Hello everyone, welcome to Bonus Life. The title may be a bit clickbaity, but these are the real reasons which I decoded after a long time, and the reason I was not able to start anything or achieve anything in my life which was quite measurable. Some reasons may resemble with you, some may not. Let's get started. The first reason is waiting. Since childhood, we are trained to wait for something, ask for something we requested, or wait until his birthday or Christmas or some festivity. Waiting for results, waiting for rain to vanish, waiting for bus, train, metro to arrive, and waiting till the boss or teacher or parents appreciate us. Some factors may be not in our control completely, but we can move ahead regardless. But the waiting is ingrained so much that this has converted into a habit. It has converted us into a tiny hobbit, always thinking small and always feeling very small. Literally speaking, I waited for my voice to become better, best camera and gear to arrive, the perfect time to become someone, or the perfect time that someone will find me and we both will start a YouTube channel. All resulted in nothing but waiting, and this took me 10 to 14 years on a real scale. This is not some made up figure to get started on YouTube. I tried many channels, but always the reasons which I spoke about waiting always came in between and were trying to poke me, and I always stopped. So the only solution for this is you do not have to stop, just keep on doing whatever you can, else you will waste much time and you will realize it much later. Which brings us to the next thing, that's end goal. Read lot of books. I read lot of books on goals, processes, and enjoying the process, and much more, and many more things too you can attach it to, but never thought whether those things are applicable to me or not. Advice became a vice for me, and it literally becomes a vice if you do not keep the advice in check of whatever information is coming my way. Now I feel that you may ask, how do I check the validity? Well, for that you need to have the experience, and that only comes from making mistakes. Then only you're capable of checking something, because checking is always based on something which you have and something which is newer, and then you can scrub the information and then come out with something of real value. I kept on setting goals which were then converted to end goals, and finally they ended me and themselves. In this world of social media and so much to do, the only thing which fits me is taking the first step, and then I will be able to figure out what needs to be done next. Instead of wasting time on setting unrealistic goals and finding out, maneuvering on a day-to-day basis to find something better, instead of making ourselves better, keeps us in a continuous loop of watching videos, finding information, and that information is never used by us. Goal setting is not a bad thing, but it did not work for me, because once the goal is set, you need to be very diligent, and I was not, frankly speaking. Else you will again go into the circle of waiting, which I did, and again the same process started, and I was into the same loop of setting and waiting, finding out the best goal. Should I minimize the goal? Should I micromanage the goal? Or should I set a huge goal for 5 years or 10 years? Problem with us today is that we have so much information coming in, we cannot concentrate on the next 2 hours what we are going to do. Personally speaking, I don't think that I will be able to concentrate for the next 5 years on a single goal. So rather I would take small steps and small goals and work towards them. And I've come up with a thing that I do not even call it a goal. I just set a simple task and look towards the task to be completed, and then possibly the goal will get completed, because goal in itself is a huge word and kind of creates burden on me. But yes, if the goal works for you, then I am an idiot, that's not a problem. So do not listen to this part only, catch the next one. This one I'm sure we all are going through. That's people and YouTube. Ever wondered why it takes so much time to find volunteers on any staged occasions or gatherings? We are conditioned in one or the other way to look around us before we make a head start. We are never trained to make a head start in anything. Even if we did and something goes wrong on that particular event, we are told that next time don't do the first start or don't take a head start. Thus we are always looking around who goes first, whether it's a staged occasion or even if it's some task which we are about to do. The solution is simple. Just start with experience you have, and with experience only, a simple solution is you just need to take the first step, as I mentioned, and with experience you will be in a certain frame later on to make right decisions, and then after that every decision you make will be aligned with your task or will make you or help you make the correct decisions and follow correct path. But this is not going to come first. The beautiful thing about Head Start is that it gives you first-hand experience. It's not always going to be good, but one day it will pay off for all the bad head starts which you may have think were bad. They might actually not be as well. But yes, once you have the experience and once you have this ability to take head start in everything, you will have more experience than others and you will be better at decision making or even thinking clearly about things because you will have more experience, and at last you will be actually happy that you did all those things first. This is how the creator thing on YouTube works because most of them have started something unique. They have a head start and then they have succeeded. So stop thinking about people. Your brain was given to you to think for yourself first, then only you will be able to think good for others. This is in no way that you have to be selfish. This means first you need to be in a place so good that when you transfer that good to others, you yourself are not deprived of the good. Coming to the next point, dreams. Imagination is the best faculty we have inside us. Even Einstein says that about imagination. But it malfunctions when there is no action taken in alignment to those dreams, and then human nature, as it goes, it starts to curse the circumstances, calling names, and transfers all the blame to the people around him or her. Getting to 1 million subs and having the latest and greatest sponsors is a dream come true. Only if you put in the effort of making the dream a reality with actions aligned to the dream. Now you may ask what this action alignment is. I always keep it simple. Let's take an example. To top the exams, you need to find a way to study best in less time. Easier said than done, of course. But to find the best, you will have to grind for one examination with no shortcuts, and then in the next exam, you will have done a bit better in catering to the needs of the examination, and possibly in the third one, you will have achieved your dream or the best marks, you may say. Same is the case with all ventures and tasks. Smart work comes after a lot of hard work has been put in. Ask anyone who works in any kind of job and you think they are successful in their job. The problem with us is that YouTube gives the illusion that a simple tutorial will help you get where you are dreaming to. It doesn't, because the tutor has put the tutorial as per their knowledge. You'll have to use that particular knowledge and construct and enhance it to get wherever you want. And this is where I said that you will have to grind, you will have to get the experience, and then you will be able to do the smart work, and then you will reach wherever you are. Then we have the last point, which is superstar. When I started learning English, one of the few proverbs was Rome was not built in a day. I learned it instead of understanding it. We all know this or other proverbs similar to this one. But why we are not able to have the patience for the fruit or for the dream? The reason is we don't let time play its part on whatever venture we have undertaken. Instead of working more harder, or say in our case for YouTubers or the people who are creating content, we are always thinking that something is wrong with our approach and we are not getting the results, and we keep changing directions in a hope to become a superstar of every hour. Yes, I'm not talking about one superstar at the end, but we want to be superstar by the end of every hour. That's not going to happen. Yes, there is a matrix wherein you should come to know where to stop and when to start, but 3 months is a minimum time to find something has worked or not. It is not 3 days or 10 days. For example, my English may not be that good, but I have a head start for myself. I'm working and dreaming and putting in work, which will get me smarter and possibly make me a recognizable person, if not a star finally. So this is my short take on 5 worst mistakes I committed. There are many more. I'll be sharing those as the time passes by. If you're still here, thank you for watching.